Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. The Secretary General and Foreign Minister Davutoglu will start with short opening statements, and then we have time for, I think, 4 questions. Secretary General.
Good afternoon. It is indeed a great pleasure to welcome Minister Davutoglu to NATO headquarters. And it is a particular pleasure to do so at the beginning of such an important year. In just 1 month's time, on the 18th of February, we will celebrate the 60th anniversary of Turkey and Greece joining NATO. For 6 decades, Minister, Turkey has been a pillar of our security, and NATO has been a pillar of your security. Turkey makes NATO stronger, and NATO makes Turkey stronger. That was the case when Turkey guarded NATO's southern flank in the Cold War. It is the case now as we build a better and more stable future in Afghanistan, and it will be the case in the future when Turkey hosts a vital missile defense radar as part of NATO's territorial missile defenses alongside your other contributions. For 60 years, we have faced and overcome challenges together. The world we live in now is hugely different from the world of 1952, but it is no less challenging. From the economic crisis to violent extremism, and from cyber warfare to stabilizing Afghanistan, we all face threats to our security. How we address the challenges we face has evolved over these last 60 years. We must find new ways of working, and we must work with new partners. Turkey is already leading the way in that effort, building cooperation and consultation with new partners in vital parts of the world. But in the midst of those many changes, the spirit of NATO is unchanged, an alliance which is committed to the safety and security of all allies, and allies who are committed to the alliance. For 60 years, that spirit has kept us strong. And Minister, I look very much forward to continuing our cooperation in that spirit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. It is a great honor for me to be in NATO. It is a very familiar place for us, our home. But this time, for the 60th anniversary of Turkish membership to NATO, I had the honor to meet with His Excellency Secretary General and also with the NATO Council. Turkish membership to NATO was a strategic decision in Cold War. From that time, in 60 years, international system has changed. NATO has been transformed. Turkey had a long process of reforms, but one thing has remained without any change. NATO has been one of the main pillars in our strategic planning and vision in Turkey, and Turkey has been one of the main contributors to NATO in the efforts of regional and global peace. And this will continue. Today, we need NATO even more than in 1952. During the Cold War, NATO has functioned in a bipolar structure, and Turkey has been one of the geopolitically most important flank of NATO. We won Cold War, but at that time in early 1990s, many people discussed whether NATO will continue to be an important international security organization. In 1990s, it has been proven that NATO has contributed to regional and global peace through responding to the crisis, to several problems in this era of transformation. And after 9/11, we had this time the challenge in Afghanistan. After the 1990s, the challenges in Eastern Europe. Today, we are in a new international environment, in a new strategic framework. And in this new strategic environment, which brings new threats, new risks, new challenges, like the global economic crisis and its consequences in Europe, like the comprehensive transformation and unrest and transformation together in the Middle East, and many other challenges in international arena, NATO can play a significant role to provide security, and this we had the experience of Libya last year. And Turkey, in the middle of all these crisis points, has been an island of stability, having an economic development, strong economic dynamism, as well as an active contributor to the regional peace around Turkey. And here, in this new era, Turkey and NATO together and as a family, where Turkey is part of the family, we will plan for the responding to the new challenges in the future. And this 60th anniversary of our membership will be a good opportunity to make a reassessment of all these common strategic priorities for future planning. And I will welcome you, Mr. Secretary General, to Turkey in February for our anniversary meetings, celebrations, let me say. And of course, Turkey will continue to contribute all NATO activities in an efficient way. Thank you very much for this opportunity and for giving me this opportunity to address to NATO Council. Thank you very much.
I'd be grateful if you could stick to one question and also state who the question is addressed to, NTV.
Solomon from NTV Turkey. My question is to Minister Davutoglu. Particularly Iran has a very harsh statement with regard to Turkey, since Turkey has decided to host missile defense. So I was wondering, what is your position with regard to Iran, and will Turkey host this meeting with regard to this nuclear enrichment program of Iran? Thank you.
When you say harsh statements, I would like to remind many positive statements as well. And of course, for us, for Turkey, statements of our counterparts, President, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other counterparts are important. And I am sure you realized several statements made by Minister of Foreign Affairs Salihi. Even yesterday, today in Turkey, he made very positive statement regarding Turkish-Iranian relations. So, of course, missile defense issue and radar in Turkey is an important strategic decision taken by NATO, and as this is a purely defensive system, as we have been always underlying, and there is no target country or target region in this defense system. This is purely NATO project for the future planning of providing a security against ballistic missiles for the member countries. Therefore, it is not an issue of dispute between Turkey and Iran or between Turkey and any other neighbor. And last 2 weeks ago, I was in Iran. Today and tomorrow, Minister Salihi will be in Turkey. As two neighbors having historic and good relations, we will continue to keep this momentum, while at the same time, of course, as member of NATO, Turkey will be part of this strategic defense planning of NATO, and we will be contributing to this process in every sense. Regarding the nuclear negotiations, as you know, during my visit in Tehran, Iran declared that they are ready to restart the talks. Before that, I had consultation with Madam Ashton. She, in fact, asked me to consult this with Iranian side as well. And afterwards, I spoke with Madam Ashton again. Both sides declared the intention to meet and to restart the negotiations. Of course, it is up to both sides to decide. But as Turkey, we will be happy to host this new round of talks. Tomorrow, I will be having meetings with Minister Salih on this issue, We hope that these negotiations will create positive results and an important international dispute will be overcome. Thank you.
Reuters.
I'd like to ask the Secretary General about Afghanistan, because I know you've been talking about this today in your meeting. To what extent have you firmed up future targets on things like troop numbers and the amount of funds that are going to be needed to maintain a presence in Afghanistan?
Well, I think it's premature to make any concrete assessment right now as regards the future number of Afghan security forces. That will, at the end of the day, very much depend on the security situation on the ground by the end of 2014. Having said that, we must, of course, make sure that the size and scope of the Afghan security forces are sustainable in a longer-term perspective, financially as well as security-wise. We are in the midst of an evaluation of that, so I think it's premature to present any exact figure at this stage.
İHA News Agency.
Sert Açak'tan, IHA News Agency Turkey. My question will be addressed to Mr. Secretary General. I would like to ask the Republican candidate in the United States, Rick Perry, made some comments on Turkey's membership to NATO, which he clearly opposes. And he said that he questions Turkey's membership, and he said that Turkey is not acting accordingly, properly as a NATO ally. As the NATO General Secretary, how do you evaluate these statements? This is the 60th year of Turkish membership to NATO, and we are here today because of that. How will you respond to this? This is a person who is, has a big possibility, some possibility of becoming the United States president someday. Thank you.
I strongly disagree with these statements, and to be very brief, I have noted that the Turkish Foreign Ministry said that Paris' comments were baseless and inappropriate, and I fully agree with the Turkish Foreign Ministry.
Al Arabiya, finally.
Nordin Fridi from Al Arabiya News Channel. I have a couple of questions for Secretary General. The security of energy routes in the Gulf are being threatened by Iran. What could be NATO reaction if this will happen concretely? And a short question to Mr. Oglu. The Arab observers in Syria are under, let's say, very harsh critiques, and maybe they are failing every day because the killing is going on. Where do you see the situation in Syria is heading, and are you worried about the probability of a civil war in this country?
Obviously, it is of utmost importance to make sure that energy supplies continue to flow through the vital waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. And I would like to stress that the Iranian authorities have a duty to act as responsible international actors and in accordance with international law. But I would also like to stress that NATO has no plans of intervention.
Yes, as you know, as Turkey, we have supported the Arab League initiative. Before the Arab League observers went to Syria, I participated several meetings with the Arab League. First, I have to say that the Arab League initiative was not composed only by the presence of Arab League observers on the ground. Arab League observers are there to observe whether Syrian regime administration is fulfilling the commitment of other elements of the Arab League initiative, including withdrawal of the army from the cities, releasing political prisoners, etc. But unfortunately, after the experiences of the Arab League observers, we do not see much positive progress on the ground. This is the fact we have to admit. But we will wait until the Arab League observers submit the reports, and after the meetings of the Arab League, we are constant consultations with them. We will make an assessment what could be next and other steps if Arab League initiative is not successful. But whatever Arab League decides, Turkey will be supporting Arab League in all these efforts. Are we worried? Yes, we are very worried, because killings are continuing every day and there is not much change on the ground. It is all of our responsibility to respond to this crisis in order to contain it without further escalation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.